Hey, how's it going, guys? Your friend Jim here with another video. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday. This video we're going to install this inner tie rod on the Montero. It's right there. I've never done this before. I have seen the Luso Overland video on how to do this. It doesn't seem that complicated, but I guess we'll find out, right? Let's go for it. Alright guys, so this is the reason why. I already lifted the Montero, but look at this play. See that? The other side doesn't do that. So it's basically this little ball joint area here. This well, it's an inner tie rod. So I'm guessing it's got some play down there inside. So we'll take the old one out, and then we'll see what's going on with it. But yeah, it's not supposed to be doing this. It's not supposed to be doing that. The other side doesn't do this. There's a little bit of movement like that moves the whole rack and pinion, and that's normal. But this little play back and forth before the whole thing moves, then that's not supposed to happen. So let's go ahead and replace this guy and see how it goes. Alright guys, so let's take a closer look at this. Yeah, you can feel it right there. Alright, so we're gonna have to take the boot off, which is just held on by some zip ties. But before we do that, we're gonna put the vehicle on jack stands just for safety purposes. Alright. Okay, if you guys remember from the last time I removed this guy, the outer tie rod, it's a 19mm, but we have to remove the cotter pin. So the cotter pin is right there. Very simple process to remove. Just unbend it from that side and then just pull it out here. I can see, let's see. Here, and just pull out the cotter pin like that. And then this is a 19mm. Shouldn't be that loose. But before we take this off, let's loose the jam nut right here. And then remember, I have my giant crescent wrench, which comes in handy. Now this we're going to push down to loosen. There you go. There. So now it's loose. Okay. So now castle nut comes off. And we're not replacing the outer tie rod, so we're not going to start hammering on this guy. Sometimes it comes off pretty simple, but sometimes it does get stuck in here. So we'll use the brass mallet. So the brass mallet, normally when you get these loose, you can hit them here like that, but since we have a brass mallet, we can hit it up here. There we go. And basically that will not damage this part. It'll just mess up this guy. This guy sacrifices itself for it. Okay, so now that we took this tie rod, it's loose now. Remember, we have to count the number of turns that we have to turn it in order for it to break loose. And then just by feeling it here, I can feel the play in the inner tie rod right there. I can feel it. You can hear it too. All right. All right, let's take this. So again, it's just held on by zip ties. Okay, so now we can pull the boot out. Hopefully it doesn't rip because I need to reuse it. There it goes. They're not that old. I just got them from Lusa Overland recently. There we go. Okay, so we got the boot out. Tie rod. Look how loose it is. See? It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be really, really firm like this. All right. I have never taken this out, so I think it shouldn't be that big of a deal to remove it. But I know it's got this little lock washer over here. This little lock washer that you have to straighten out and then bend back on both sides. But yeah, as you can see, look at this guy. Super well. I mean, I would count. You know, it's expected. I mean, this thing's been here for 21 years on this vehicle. I don't drive it really aggressively or anything like that, but I'm surprised it lasted this long. All right, guys. So let's see if we can bend that little lock washer that I was telling you guys about. So see how it's got these little tabs right here. So this little washer, and then same thing on the other side. You can sort of see it right there. This guy right here. So we have to bend this that way, and then to get the tie rod out, we do need the inner tie rod removal tool, which you can just rent. You can just borrow from your local auto parts. So let's try to get that thing unbent so we can see what how we can do it. So you can't try not to damage it, because you need, when you put it back, you need to bend it back. So let's and it's good to get something sharp so you can get in there. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but okay, so now it's, at least it's started. See how it's just started to unbend. See how it looks right there? So I'm just putting the chisel like right there so I can start unbending that part. And I'm gonna try to do it on the other side as well. The other side is a little bit more difficult to access because you have the upper control arm. The one in the back, I think I can probably get it from up here. See how the chisel's kind of flat in there, kind of like wedging in the bottom of the washer. So here I have a punch, a flat punch, and I'm just see how now it's not flat anymore, so it's a little bit lifted, and now I have to use the punch to get it more straight, just somewhat like it is on this side. See how that's a little bit more straight. This guy right here. Okay. All right, so I think it's ready. Let's see here. I think it's pretty straight there. Same thing on this side. All right. All right, guys. So this is the tool that you need. You can go to O'Reilly's and you can borrow it. 104 bucks. You got to pay 104 bucks, but when you return it, you get all your money back. So it's got this little pipe thing, and this is where it's got these adapters depending on what size inner tie rod you are using, and we'll find out which one's for the Montero. And then it's just got the drive over here. You put your breaker bar on this side, and then you just unbolt it from there. So I'm gonna put the camera down. Let's go ahead and start the process for this. The size on here says 1.5 inches. I mean, that it's kind of loose, but seems okay. So let's see. The other ones are way more loose. That one doesn't fit at all. Does not fit. Oh, this one's, yeah, this one's good. So this one's 1 7/16 better. So basically we just put this guy on the little flat section of your tie rod, and then we put this pipe in there. Once those little tabs here on the side go in here, then we have to turn this little sleeve, this little slider, so we can lock it in place. Kind of get what I'm talking about here. So let's slide this in here, and then there. See how it's now locked in like that? And now all we have to do is just get our breaker bar, put it in here, and just take the tie rod off. All right, let's do that next. Actually, I have it right here. Got it. Here's the tie rod, and there's that little washer. Oh man, I think I messed it up. Oh crap. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I think I messed it up, because it's got these two little tabs that kind of lock in there. But it didn't really lock in. All right, so let me try to get this thing off. See how it's still in here. Oh shoot. Okay. All right, guys. So I don't know what happened. Like, I think I messed it up when I took it off, but it's got these little tabs, one on this side and one on this side, and they're just kind of sheared a little bit. So I'm gonna try to take it off of this old tie rod. See if I can still salvage it. If not, I have to get a new one from Luso Overland. Good thing we have Luso Overland, right, guys? If it wasn't for that, we would be screwed. Okay, so I think it's coming off now. Nope. Okay. Okay, it's out now. So, see how it's got these little oh my gosh, it's got these little tabs that just got sheared off. I'm gonna try to hammer it back. I'm gonna try to shape it back up, guys, because I don't have an extra one of these. So let's see if we can. Okay, so now it's a little bit more flat, but these little tabs are still kind of screwed up. So I'm gonna keep messing with it, see what I can do. All right. But here's the old tie rod. Check it out. This thing is just, look at that. And you can tell, yeah, you can tell it's just too loose. Alright guys, so I was able to bend it back together here. And it's got these little grooves, little tabs that go in there. So basically this washer will sit on like this, like that, as the new tie rod goes in there. Then once it's in there, then you bend the little tabs back to the flat spot. I don't know if it's going to end up where it was before. Like before it was right there, you can see the marks, but it the flat area may end up in a different location. So we'll see what happens. All right guys, so here's how the new washer is going to end up. I mean, I'm sorry, not the new one, the old beat up one. So just to recap, when you're doing this job, always have a new one available, because you're probably gonna mess it up. So yeah, so you're probably gonna mess it up. So always have a new one available. I'll put the part number up here on this part of the video, so you can just go to lusooverland.com and just order a new one. So yeah, you need a new one. So but now for this job, I don't have a new one. I have a road trip coming up on Tuesday, so I need to keep this one on. I need to reuse this one. So it's gonna go right there. It's gonna go right there. Get in there, you son of a gun. Alright, so it just kinda held on there. You know what? I'm gonna use a little bit of grease so you can hold on a little bit better. I'm just gonna put a little bit of grease on it like this, just so it can hold on a little bit better. Plus it doesn't hurt it. So there it goes. And then here's the new tie rod. I could barely move this guy. So let's put it in there. Now I can see once I put it on there, I can actually move this. But look at it, it's holding steady. The other one will just flop down. All right, so let's put it on here.
10 minutes off. Oh. Look at that.
Okay.
There he goes. There he goes. Bye, love.
All right, so now that we have this hand tight on there, now we have to use our tool again, use this guy again, so that we can torque it down to the proper spec. And remember, we're using the adapter, the 1 7/16 adapter. So we're gonna put that on there, and then use this pipe, and then use the torque wrench. So let me grab that other stuff, and then I'll come back.
Hey, that white one, that was a good call, huh?
Yeah. All right, guys. So now got the torque wrench here, 65 foot-pounds, and we just torque it down. Okay. Okay, so this is a very useful tool for this job. Can't do it without it. So now that we have the tie rod torque, the inner tie rod torque down to 65 foot-pounds, which is the spec, now we have to bend this little, remember the little tab, we have to bend it back. This one has to come forward, and then the bottom here has to come forward. So, all right, so we got these big channel locks right here. And let me see if I can grab. Oh hell yeah. Oh yes. Yep. I got the top one. Okay, I got the top one bent. This works pretty well, guys. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the top. See, it's completely flat on the flat spot of the tie rod. Now I just got to do the bottom part here. The bottom part using the same method here with the channel locks. Okay, so as you can see, bottom part pretty flat, top part pretty flat. So instead of hammering from the back, this is the tool you need for this job. Okay, so the tie rod, the boot is a little tricky because it's got this little like narrower section. So be sure to put the boot on the inner side of this narrower section. Okay, so and after this, you're not gonna leave it exactly the way it is. So after this, you have to get an alignment so they can adjust your toe and all that stuff. All right. So oh shit! You know what? I forgot to put the jam nut. So this has to come out. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it. I'm just going to take it for a quick test drive around the block and then just confirm everything's fine. Alright, let's do it. Whoa guys, what a difference that tie rod makes. You know, sometimes if you drive your vehicle for a long time every day, you don't know the little subtle changes, the little minor defects, but that tie rod made a big difference on how the Montero felt and all the little sounds that it was making and everything else. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching the video and you're not subscribed and you made it this far, just go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and you know you'll check out my other videos. I do plan on making a video on the rear wheel bearings, because I did the front ones recently, but I'm gonna do the rear ones, and I'm gonna actually show the work, because when you do the rear bearings, you have to disassemble the parking brake system. So it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of like doing the rear brakes on my Chevy truck. That's what it is. Anyway guys, thank you guys so much again. Greatly appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.